Number 1. Toyota Tacoma. Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's talk about the 2026 Toyota Tacoma pickup, because this truck is shaping up to be one of the most exciting updates the Tacoma has seen in a long time. If you've followed the Tacoma over the years, you already know it's built a reputation for being tough, reliable, and basically impossible to kill. And for 2026, Toyota isn't changing what makes the Tacoma great. They're just making it better in every way that actually matters. Before we go any further, if you love trucks, off-road builds, and staying ahead of what's coming next, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow a ton, and it lets YouTube know you want more content like this. Now, let's jump back into the Tacoma. One of the first things you'll notice about the 2026 Tacoma is the design. It looks wider, tougher, and more confident than older models. The front end is bolder, the stance is more aggressive, and it finally has that modern truck presence people have been asking for. It still looks unmistakably like a Tacoma, but it feels more serious now, like it's ready for trails, work, or road trips without breaking a sweat. The big headline change is the hybrid engine, and honestly, this is a huge win. Toyota is using hybrid tech to boost power and improve fuel efficiency at the same time. That means better response when you hit the gas, smoother driving around town, and more confidence when you're hauling gear or heading off-road. Compared to older Tacomas that could feel a little underpowered, this one should feel stronger and more refined across the board. Off-road capability is still at the heart of the Tacoma, and the 2026 model leans into that hard. Expect improved suspension, available off-road packages, and smart traction systems that help when the pavement ends. Whether you're hitting dirt trails, rocky paths, or snow-covered roads, the Tacoma is designed to handle it without drama, just like previous generations, but with better tech working behind the scenes. Inside the cabin is where you really see the generational leap. The interior feels more modern, more comfortable, and way more user-friendly than past models. Bigger screens, cleaner layouts, and better materials make it a nicer place to spend time, especially on long drives. It still feels rugged and practical, but now it finally matches what drivers expect from a modern truck. As for pricing, the 2026 Tacoma is expected to stay competitive in the mid-sized truck segment. It probably won't be the cheapest option out there, but Tacomas have always been about long-term value, reliability, and resale. When you compare it to older models, you're getting more power, better efficiency, improved tech, and stronger capability, so the upgrade makes a lot of sense. Overall, the 2026 Toyota Tacoma feels like the most complete version of the truck yet. It keeps the toughness that built its reputation, but adds modern power, smarter tech, and a more comfortable everyday experience. Number 2. GWM Tank 300. It feels like hybrid SUVs are everywhere these days, but there's one that's got me especially fired up: the 2026 GWM Tank 300 HEV. This isn't just another crossover trying to look tough. This is a real off-road SUV that finally brings hybrid power into a rugged package people actually want to adventure in. The first thing that hits you about the Tank 300 HEV is how crisp and purposeful it looks. It keeps that classic Tank 300 boxy, go-anywhere silhouette we already know and love. But everything feels a bit more refined. Stronger lines, confident stance, and just a vibe that says this SUV is ready for real trails and real trips. And from what GWM's been showing, this HEV version keeps that DNA, but adds some fresh energy to it. Under the skin is where things get really interesting. This isn't a soft-roader with an electric motor bolted on. It uses a true hybrid powertrain that pairs a 2.0-litre turbo petrol engine with an electric motor and a smooth 9-speed hybrid automatic. The result is more torque down low, stronger acceleration when you need it, and better overall efficiency than the old petrol-only Tank 300. It's the kind of setup that feels eager on a twisty mountain road and smart on long highway cruises. No weird gaps in power delivery, just confidence all around. But don't think Toyota Prado competitors or classic 4x4 fans are getting shortchanged here. The HEV still keeps real mechanical 4x4 hardware, locking differentials, a low-range transfer case, and terrain-specific drive modes that help you tackle mud, rocks, or sand with the same attitude the Tank 300 has always had. You're not trading capability for electrification, you're adding it. Inside the cabin, it's a pleasant surprise too. GWM's smartly blended ruggedness with comfort, dual large displays, premium materials, wireless charging, and even leather-like seating make it feel like something you'd happily live with every day. You're not just looking at a tool for weekends. This feels like an everyday SUV you actually want to drive. Now, pricing for this 2026 hybrid Tank 300 is shaping up to be surprisingly competitive. In Australia, early launch prices for the PHEV variant are around the mid-50,000 range, which is pretty impressive for a hybrid off-roader with this level of tech and hardware. That kind of value suddenly makes the Tank 300 HEV feel like an SUV that could flip some heads in markets typically dominated by long-standing names. Compared to past Tank 300 models, this hybrid really feels like the next step. You get the personality and toughness that made the original popular, but with smarter power, better efficiency, and a cabin that doesn't feel dated. It's like taking everything people loved about the Tank 300 and giving it a fresh boost for 2026 and beyond. So let me know in the comments. Are you into the idea of a hybrid off-road SUV like the Tank 300 HEV? Or do you still prefer the pure petrol versions for hardcore trails? Drop your thoughts. Number 3. Toyota Land Cruiser. We're talking about something big. The 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser. And honestly, this thing feels like a proper evolution of one of the most legendary off-road SUVs ever made. The Land Cruiser name has stood for rugged capability and real-world adventure for decades, and Toyota has taken all of that heritage and given it a fresh, modern twist for 2026. Alright, so first up, the design. The 2026 Land Cruiser looks instantly familiar, but also refreshed. It keeps that boxy, purposeful silhouette that Land Cruiser lovers have always respected, with heritage-inspired touches and modern LED lighting that make it feel both timeless and contemporary at the same time. The front end has presence, the stance is confident, and everything about it says go anywhere. But what's really eye-catching underneath that iconic look is the hybrid powertrain Toyota's brought to the party. This Land Cruiser comes with a turbocharged hybrid engine. Toyota calls it the iForce Max system, and it blends electric assistance with traditional petrol power to deliver strong performance, while also improving efficiency compared to older V8 models. You get plenty of torque for trail crawling and strong acceleration when you're on the pavement, all with better fuel use than past generations. Off-road capability? Oh yeah, that's still a huge part of this SUV's identity. Full-time four-wheel drive comes standard, along with features like center and rear locking differentials, multi-terrain select, crawl control, and even an available stabilizer bar disconnect that helps the suspension articulate over chunky terrain. Basically, Toyota didn't just bolt a hybrid motor in and call it a day. They made sure it still climbs, scrambles, and explores like a true Land Cruiser should. Slide inside, and the cabin has taken a big step forward too. You've got a much more modern feel with available large touchscreens, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a digital gauge cluster, and premium comfort features that make long highway drives feel just as good as dirt roads. It's a blend of rugged readiness and everyday comfort, something earlier cruisers sometimes lacked. Now, when we talk price, the 2026 Land Cruiser is actually more accessible than many past models, with a starting MSRP that's a lot friendlier for buyers who always wanted a Land Cruiser but felt priced out. That's significant, because it brings this legendary SUV within reach of more adventurers without diluting what makes it special. And compared to older Land Cruisers, especially the big V8-powered beasts from years past, this one strikes an awesome balance of tradition and innovation. You still get serious off-road chops, a commanding presence, and Toyota's rock-solid reliability, but with modern tech, hybrid efficiency, and a more refined overall experience. Number 4. BYD Seal U. We're diving into one of the most talked about new SUVs on the horizon, the 2026 BYD Seal U. If you've been watching the EV world closely, you already know BYD has been growing like crazy and pushing out really impressive electric cars. The Seal U takes everything people have loved about BYD's Ocean series and wraps it up in a practical, stylish, family-friendly SUV that's ready for daily life and weekend adventures. What really grabs your attention first is its design. The Seal U has this sleek, modern look that feels both futuristic and refined. The front end features those distinctive shape-defining headlights and flowing body lines that make it stand out in a crowd, all while staying unmistakably part of BYD's Ocean Aesthetics family. And it doesn't look like a typical boxy SUV. It's got curves and proportions that just work visually. Slide inside, and the cabin feels surprisingly premium. We're talking soft-touch surfaces, ambient lighting, vegan leather seats with elegant stitching, and a panoramic roof that makes the whole interior feel open and airy. The tech is right up there too, with large digital screens for infotainment and driver information that are intuitive and modern. It's the kind of interior that feels comfortable for family road trips, daily commuting, or just cruising around town. Under the hood, well, not exactly under since it's electric, the Seal U is built as a fully electric SUV with BYD's innovative Blade battery technology. That battery not only supports excellent safety and durability, but also means you can get up to around 500 kilometers of range on a single charge in the higher capacity version. That's a huge deal if you're thinking long drives without worrying about constant charging stops. Now, this isn't some fancy show car. The Seal U is meant to be practical. The SUV offers plenty of cargo space with flexible seating and smart storage options, so you can easily fit luggage, gear, or groceries. It even comes with vehicle-to-load capability, meaning you can use the car's battery to power devices when you're off the grid. Super handy for camping or outdoor fun. When it comes to pricing, BYD is positioning the Seal U really competitively for what it offers. In European markets, versions of this SUV start in a range that puts it in striking distance of many traditional non-EV rivals. And that's part of why it's generating so much buzz among buyers looking for value without compromise on technology or comfort. Compared to earlier BYD models, like the Seal Sedan or other Ocean series cars, the Seal U feels more versatile and practical for everyday life. It's got the same strong EV DNA, but in a body style that a lot more people are going to find useful and appealing, especially families who want space, style, and efficiency, all in one package. So what do you think? Is the 2026 BYD Seal U the kind of electric SUV you'd consider for your next ride? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Number 5. Tesla Model Y. We're talking about one of the most popular electric SUVs on the planet, the 2026 Tesla Model Y. And honestly, this new version is shaping up to be one of the most exciting updates in years. If you've been following Tesla closely, you already know the Model Y has been a huge hit around the world. And for 2026, Tesla's giving it some well-timed upgrades that make it feel even more modern and practical. What's really cool about this new Model Y is how Tesla has balanced staying true to what made the SUV great while pushing it forward. The design still has that sleek, aerodynamic SUV look we all love, but with subtle refinements that make it feel more premium and futuristic on the road. And while it's still an all-electric vehicle, no hybrid engine here, that's exactly the point. The Model Y remains fully electric, which means instant torque, smooth acceleration, and zero tailpipe emissions every time you hit the road. Inside, Tesla has given the 2026 Model Y a noticeable step up in comfort and tech. The cabin feels quieter and more refined compared to older versions, with better materials and attention to detail that makes it feel like a real upgrade. One of the biggest changes is a larger 16-inch central touchscreen that replaces the previous display, giving you sharper graphics and more space for navigation, media, and controls. The cabin also now offers a second-row screen for passengers, and many trims come with a standard black headliner that gives the interior a more cohesive, modern look. Tesla is even bringing back a 7-seat option for the 2026 Model Y in the US, which is something families have been asking about. Now you can add a third row for about $2,500 extra on higher trims. Great for kids, gear, or just having more flexibility when you need it. Performance and range are also strong points. The Model Y continues to offer impressive electric performance across different trims, including the performance version that delivers super quick acceleration and sporty dynamics that rival many gas-powered SUVs. And while exact EPA range varies by configuration, the long-range models still deliver plenty of mileage for everyday use and road trips alike. When it comes to pricing, Tesla has kept things competitive. There are versions of the Model Y that start in a very accessible range for an electric SUV, with this level of tech and capability. And then you can step up to premium AWG or performance trims if you're after extra range or speed. So what do you think? Is the 2026 Tesla Model Y the electric SUV you'd pick for your next ride? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.